So on then to our next speaker, we welcome Suzanne Weiss. Suzanne was born to immigrant Jews in Paris in 1941 and found refuge with a farm family between 1943 and 1945. Suzanne lost her parents in the war and then was adopted by a New York family in 1950. Suzanne has been active throughout her life in a variety of social justice movements. Suzanne's written a memoir, Holocaust Resistance, My Journey, published by Fernwood in October 2019. So welcome this evening, Suzanne, and over to you.
Did I unmute myself?
Yes, you did. We
Oh,
can hear you and we
very
can
much,
see you.
Esther. Thank you very much, Esther, and thank you very much, Tony, for inviting me to this absolutely wonderful panel. I'm learning so much, and I agree so much, and everything touches my heart, and I'm so glad to be part of this. I'm an activist, and I'm speaking as an activist. I was 1 year old in Paris, France, when Hitler Nazis occupied the city in 1942. My mother was seized. She died in Auschwitz. I was rescued by the Jewish resistance, which was organized as a military force and also as a social justice organization. I was saved by the solidarity of many individuals and by a whole population who believed in humanity. During the war, I was hidden by people in Auvergne in the south of France. When Nazism was smashed in 1945, the Jewish resistance protected me in their orphanages. As a survivor, I learned that the solidarity of the peoples of the world against racism was decisive in defeating Nazism. Today, it is evident that the world's solidarity against racism is crucial to the victory of the Palestinian people. In 1945, the Nazi mass murder of the Jews was largely hidden, unknown to the world's population. The Nazis attempted to conceal their crimes as World War II ended. Today, Israel's massacres are carried out publicly with impunity, and we all see on media the horror of Israel's depopulation of Gaza and the West Bank. Courage and determination is all the Palestinian people have. We support their choice to work with forces who defend their goal with means other than sticks and stones. Since October 7th of last year, the world's people have demanded that our governments end this maniacal injustice, but the self-righteous governments snub and rebuff the millions repeatedly demonstrating in defense of the Palestinians. These governments ignore the thousands of letters and petitions and court appeals begging them to stop bankrolling Israel's massacres and to cease fire immediately. We of conscience who say never again for all humanity ask, how do we break the blood-soaked friendships of our governments, the corporations and organizations that trade with the Israeli racist government? We, the ordinary people, feel the intense obligation and urgency to counter racist governmental complicity. They punish those who stand for Palestinian solidarity, audacious individuals and groups like Tony Greenstein and his fellow resistors in Palestine Action. Their campaign to shut down Elbit was courageous. Similar actions have taken place in Canada with comparable results. We must continue our world united defense for Palestinians with insistence for ceasefire. How do we up the ante? How do we make our defense more effective? It's time to seriously study the tools of boycott, divestments, and sanctions, BDS. The mass movement can organize and use the power of their numbers to strike collectively at targeted points of production and at the points of profits. I've been asked if I experience the sting of hatred, that is, if I've experienced the hatred of Jews and anti-Semitism after the Second World War. Yes, I have felt the sting of racist hatred throughout my life. But in the context of today's Israeli war against the Palestinians, some people misconstrue Judaism, the religion we have been born into, for Zionism, the racist political program of Israeli apartheid. The Israeli occupation, the systematic war of genocide, is done in the name of Judaism. This is an unforgivable crime against the Jewish people. It is also a violation of the solidarity sought by the peoples of the world. It is a violent assault against the solidarity between Muslims, Christians, Jews, and the many others who desire love, equality, and peace on earth. On another level, Israel's apartheid governments and its supporters have been waging an open global parallel war. It is an attempt by Israel to change the meaning of anti-Semitism to prohibit criticism of the apartheid program. This parallel war by the International Holocaust Remembrance Alliance, the IHRA, is to silence the Palestinians and erase them from history. Attacks are students, educators in high schools and universities, news reporters and activists who are defending our democratic rights as well as Palestinians. BDS should also be considered in this area of struggle. Thank you for inviting me to be part of this important commemoration of the Jewish Holocaust. Together, we affirm our determination against racism, against complicity, and in defense of Palestinian freedom. In victory, we can truly say, never again.
Thank you, Suzanne. Important to remind us all that making it sound as if Jewish people are responsible for the actions of the Israelis is itself an anti-Semitic crime, and also hearing your show of solidarity for people oppressed everywhere. Thank you very, very much.